We're live. Hi, everybody. I just want to say, Dana, I appreciate you summoning that burst of energy for the
It ain't
beginning because I
lasting.
know you're I know you're kind of dragging, so I appreciate it.
Like, this is how much I'm dragging. I shot a video today at
Yes,
school.
you did.
This is the same makeup. I'm so tired.
You figured, screw it, I'm leaving it on.
Yeah, like normally, as soon as I'm done with the video, it's like, yesterday when I was off, I was gonna shoot another video.
That's right.
I did my square videos for Patreon, and I was like, I went to the bathroom and I was like, scrub. Whoops. Oh well, that ain't getting shot today. Like, makeup goes away.
That
But
can
now I was
wait
just like,
until
I
tomorrow.
thought about it and I was like, at the live stream, I'll just leave it on. So it's been on since like, after lunch, 6 hours ago. Like, I guess for most people who wear makeup, that's like normal.
It's like an all-day thing. Yeah, you put it on in the morning and you leave it on until, you, I guess, take it up before bed. I don't know. I've
How do
never.
you know about this,
Well,
Steve?
not from experience, but I've,
Uh-huh.
you know, I know I know things that people do. I'm a keen observer of human behavior.
Uh-oh. Radical Bacon says today's word will kick their
Yeah.
ass.
Well, hopefully it will not kick our ass.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
When we
We
get to it.
we have a team thing going
We
on.
are a unit. Yes, absolutely.
An absolute unit.
Yes. We are an absolute unit.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
what?
Crap.
What has what
I might
has
have
gone
something
wrong?
to show us. You. Yeah. Aha. So
What is Oh, that's yes, you because Georgia has a runoff election. And you
on December
early voted
6th
today.
And it is not December 6th, but I early voted.
Yeah, and good for you.
Richard Armitage can soothe my weary soul anytime he wants.
Richard Armitage is coming up soon. Yes, so today, in case anybody hasn't gotten the memo, we will be watching the 4th and final episode of North and South. We will be completing our North and South watch along. So yeah, if you haven't got it queued up yet, go ahead and queue it up, and we'll, after we do a couple minutes of chit chat here, we will get in and start the watch along. And by the way, Chiron, glad you could join us live. He says I can finally catch this live for once. We're very glad that you are here with us.
Darn it! Too slow.
I like that you both went right for it. I was gonna go for it, but I decided to hang back.
That's okay though.
But yeah, and Snakebit Cat says, in regards to Steve's video today, which was my video about the Klingons of classic Trek, there's another one somebody can jump on.
I'm working on it. Okay, I'm working on it.
I guess you can say that John Colicos's performance in his Trek debut was so good, it corrupted the later portrayal of Klingons in Trek. That's a pretty good one. I think someone else said something like, I guess you could say his performance formed the core of that species in Star Trek. So that is also
now. Just like take out the earbuds. I'll just like lie down.
No more. It's fine. It's fine.
Keep making jokes, or attempting to anyway.
Puns are the highest form of humor.
Okay. I don't understand.
The character's name is Core.
Okay.
The character's name is Core.
Maybe next week I'll care.
No, Core, not again. Care.
I don't care, Core.
You don't care for Core?
I don't care about much of anything right now. Oh my God, I'm so tired. Okay, I didn't think I slept that badly last night. I had bad dreams, you guys. Like,
Mm.
The only
Yes, you did. You
the
told me about one of them. Yeah.
like I started I had lunch duty today and I sat down, I was like, oh, and one of the other teachers had gotten her lunch and was coming past me. She's like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I think I didn't sleep well because I had bad dreams. And like I went into a little bit more detail. So the dream that was with me when I woke up at like 5:30ish. So not stupid early, which is 5 o'clock or before, like literally when it wasn't so late in the season and I would go for like a walk in the morning, I would get up
Yeah.
stupid early, which was 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
The alarm says stupid early. Anything
Which is what time I get up.
There you go. And but yeah, I woke up from a dream in which we had found a stray kitten, and we washed it up and fed it and then taken it to the vet to get it checked, and the vet said this kitten is really sick and told us that we had to put it down. And I was trying to decide what lullaby I was going to sing to the cat while I held it and the vet gave it its shots to put it to sleep.
Whew.
Yeah. And pretty
and
much.
then you woke up. And then you woke up.
I woke up crying.
Jesus.
By the way, if anybody has seen Dumbo, the decision was baby mine.
So you woke up and you were like, thanks for that, subconscious.
And so the teacher says,
nice way to start the day.
Do you want a cat? I'm like, we have 3. They're like 8, 10-ish years old. They're fine. We've had them for years. They're not like old and gonna die. They're not like little kittens and none of them are sick.
They're right in the sweet spot.
I know.
Yeah.
We've got one who's apparently allergic to flea bites and will lick himself dadgum near raw. But, now we've made sure that we're, safe because, they're inside cats. So they don't get that many fleas. They're not scratching all the time. So it's not a big deal. Mm-hmm. But this, poor little bit more. Dumbest freaking cat. But he'll scratch himself under the chin. That's like one of his favorite places to like self-soothe. And he like scratches himself raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not so much stressful because I also get stress dreams, but that one was traumatic. Like I woke up crying. Oh, not fun.
Not a great way to start the day.
So yeah, I've been tired all day and now I'm really just tired. But I voted.
Yes, you did. And you overcame attempted voter suppression in order to do it.
Yes. Who is this Addie?
Who is this 80? Do you mean lady? Are you talking about Dana, Catherine?
Yeah.
This is Dana. She's no lady.
There we go. There we go. My favorite, possibly my favorite line from any video game ever. And it's
and
from
That's
from
a Star Wars one, right?
Yeah, that's Star Wars: The Old Republic. God, there you go. There you go, Radical Bacon. That is the question. Ain't it though? Oh, golly. Radical Bacon, I would suggest 7th Sea, which I think I have name dropped before. Okay, yeah, let's can we I know it's early.
Shall we get started? No, let's absolutely. I said before we started we can. So hopefully everybody has.
What didn't I do?
I have no idea.
Stupid gravity, I'm confused. Let's go ahead. Let's speaking of white women.
Oh no, the voter suppression. I said you overcame voter suppression. Well, not targeted at her specifically because of her race, but
because I'm in Georgia.
There was some confusion as to where the actual voting site was that I speculated may have been intentional on the part of whoever decided to locate the early voting.
I don't think so. I think it's more a case of, oh gosh, how to put it? City folks being snobs. And when I say city, I don't mean like a metropolis. I mean like
Atlanta.
No, no. I mean, like, so like the city that it's in also, like, they're not a part of our school system, even though they're in our county. We have a
Oh, it's
county
like a
school
separate
system.
it's like a
Yeah,
separate
they're
district
like,
kind of. Yeah.
no, we want, they have like they have their townies, and they have their own town school, and they fund the town school, and they don't, they're not sending their kids to the county schools. Oh no. And I feel like it's kind of the same with the civic center. They have like their own little civic
Oh,
center.
we have our own. We don't need your county civic center. We have our own. Thank you very much.
Chiron, no idea, but I would have to look it up on Wikipedia. So I'm gonna let you do that. In the meantime, let's find out. Uh,
So yes, if let's hopefully everybody has the episode queued
Francisca,
up.
it's me. I need sleep. We're gonna start this sucker a little early. Sorry to
Yeah.
anybody who comes in at a normal time. It's like, and almost 15 minutes later.
Yeah. So again, we are watching North and South episode 4. If you need a copy of it to watch along with us, check the link in my pinned chat message, because that's the one that Dane and I will be watching on Daily Motion. If you do watch it on Daily Motion, just remember to have an ad blocker that works on Daily Motion. I recommend Ad Lock engaged, so that you don't get an ad and get interrupted while we're watching.
Waiting. I hate waiting. I actually didn't have to, once I actually found the stinking voting location, I did not, and they were on it. And the lady who like scanned, looked at and typed in the stuff and filled out my form and stuff, she put my form, well, put my voter, number on the form. She put it on other people's forms, and there was a big old stack of them. So looks like we've been doing good.
Well, good.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. I hopefully everybody has got the episode paused at 0. I will count us in. I'll do 3, 2, 1, play, and everybody hit play when I say play.
Heck yeah.
Are you ready, Dana?
I'm attempting to be. We will find out.
All right, here we go.
I apologize in advance if I screw it up.
3, 2, 1, play.
It's playing.
Good.
Bill Cotta, some of it is we have our local Democrats group is our county Democrat group is meeting tomorrow, and I want to tell them that I already voted. So that was part of it.
Bragging rights.
Yep. He's a union man.
Go figure.
Dixon's face. Leave. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Where she just, I hadn't noticed this, but I'm getting subtitles in Portuguese.
Yeah, yeah. Can you
That's
read them?
awesome. Yes.
You're so smart.
De fome, de hunger. Se pensaram em algo, mestre. Obrigado. Boa noite.
Okay, you don't have to read
I
them out
know.
loud to people.
I hadn't had the window size right, and I'm like, wait, what's that? What are those yellow dots? And I was like, oh, subtitles in Portuguese. Orgulhoso, sim. This is even more fun. I'm a big nerd. Patrão. Que coisa, Margaret. O que aconteceu?
I swear to God, you have to stop reading the subtitles out loud.
I think it's Brazilian radical bacon. Yes, Francisca. God, I love her so much. Obviously, you do. You owe her an apology. And she really isn't trying to act high and mighty, but that's totally how it comes across. Francisca, I'm not sure. I mean, he's back in Spain, but it's possible that if it was known where he was, that they would send somebody after him.
Snake Bit Cat, if you're facing north, it would be Portuguese, wouldn't it?
No, not convinced, Francisca, but she's not willing to risk it. Yes. Only a fool, Chiron. Her face. Ah.
You buying this? That's why they call it speculation, Fanny.
Oh, 255 AD, absolutely. Fanny's just full of herself. She's much older. Yes, yes, Kyron, I love Fanny so much. My favorite, I think, is when she gets out of the carriage and they first come to visit the Hales, and she's got that like striped skirt, and she kind of gets out of the carriage like this. You got to pull the skirt out because it's wider than the doors of the carriage. Oh my goodness, I love her so much. I'd say yes, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't be such a puss, son.
Well, also, I mean, if it's really that bad, if the mill's going to go under, they ain't going to have work anyhow.
Right?
Yeah, honestly, I think she's under 25 easily. I imagine Fanny to be 19 or 20 and Margaret to be 21, 22, not quite to being unmarriageable. I really appreciate how well fed and you know, comfortable all the kids look. Really, you know, that's good. God, just the way he stands. Oh.
No.
Yeah. But Kyra, to my understanding, it's not like extended. It's like the next payday.
The Paul Hollywood handshake.
I still like her. Oh, look at that twinkle in those crinkly eyes. He's like, I know you like her. No. It's not a criticism. It's an observation, and I totally support it. You know, it takes me out of the story, but in a way that, like, even if they could have done it just with like makeup and costuming and made them look, you know, abused, starved. Yeah. No, don't do it. Let us know through what we see that the kids are okay. You know, yes, it takes me out of the story, and I'm fine with that. You know, it amuses me a little bit. You know, it's like these kids are okay, but yeah. Yeah, that's hoping that some of these our buyers pay their bills on time, pay our bills on time. Yeah. Um. Well.
No.
Yep. Or at all. So apparently he has still been coming by occasionally.
But is it okay if we're still friends? If I'm still friends with him?
Not answering that question directly. Actually, probably you won't do it again, given that your brother is still a wanted criminal. What is it with late 18th century, or wait, no, late 1800s dramas and ignorant dads?
They've got a lot on their mind.
I'm salaried.
Yeah.
That's very true. 255 AD. Which Russian writer was it that said happy families are all alike, but every unhappy family is unique or is unhappy in its own way? Something like that. I don't know. Probably said it in Russian. So they're working together.
They're gonna be best
Oh,
friends.
Oh, just you wait, Nicholas Higgins. Just you wait. Oh, mid. I keep forgetting. I know we talked about that previously. I'm tired. That's my excuse.
Get back to work. Sorry, force of habit.
Yeah, they're essentially they're putting in a kitchen, like a cafeteria at the factory.
For the workers, yeah, yeah. Chiron, I don't think it's necessarily sudden.
Mm-mm.
I
We've
mean,
seen it's been building up to it.
yeah, he's been shown to be like sort of, you know, have more self awareness and more of a conscience than the other masters that we've
He's
seen.
not just out to make a profit, but he is also practical.
Yeah, yeah.
Yay, Fanny settled! Oh God, I love her to bits. Whoops, it went down in my dress. And Latimer, remember? Ain't no way that boy can fail in mama's
Yeah,
eyes.
she ain't turning on that kid.
I mean, he's literally planning to go for weeks, and he's carrying that one valise.
Just one bag, yeah. I'll live off the land.
I love those pants. Oh my God. Those pants.
Oh, he looks like he's bringing good news.
Didn't see that one coming, did ya?
I didn't have him in the death pool.
He wasn't in the list.
He wasn't on the list.
I thought I told you about that one though, or not specifically, but yeah, that's why she
Uh,
leaves Milton.
yeah, I can't remember if you told me or not.
God, I love her so much. She's like, yep, get her out of here, please. She is a danger. Get out, get out, get out. God, the music. Oh. It's Henry again.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Kyron, Mary, I think Mary is actually running the cafeteria.
Wow, it's beautiful, just like an Allegra commercial.
Except the before, there's still a little bit of haze there. The Vaseline, you gotta
Yeah.
you gotta wipe it off the camera.
Oh, look, there are ghosts.
Which he? I'm guessing you mean Mr. Bell. I think Mr. Bell has learned his lesson, at least as far as matchmaking. Oh.
Yeah, just do as you're told. Exactly.
Although Kyron apparently less so now that the roses are gone.
Yeah.
Nearly. That's the problem.
Well, I think you should grow up, my dear.
Well, he wasn't married before that, I guess. Mm-mm. And you care because what a lovely day it is.
Yeah.
I know what you want, girl. We all know it. We all want it. Uh,
Oh, gross. I mean, no, thank you.
So her father was not the only one. I know, Kyron, exactly. Secure. Settled. Landlord. She has purchased marbled milks.
Come on, bro, don't leave me hanging.
I don't want to talk about her. I'm very, very sad, okay? Bye. Yeah, exactly. He's trying. He's still making trouble. It is not Nicholas that you got to worry about. Uh-oh, that's Mama, ain't it? That's Mama.
Wake up and get back to work.
He's still her little baby boy.
Oh, he spilled ink all over his face.
No, he is very responsible. He makes sure to put the cap back on the inkwell.
Money will do that. Well.
I don't like them. I don't think that he Gosh, I love her so much.
Chiron, exactly. I told you it
Yes.
was going. I told you it was going to the moon, didn't I? Didn't I?
It's a 9 days wonder. He's a flash in the pan here.
The looms have fallen silent.
Well, Francisca, she's used to like people. I mean, her father was given like he had a parish, but he had a job to do, and she's more acquainted with people who work for wages. No, that's I mean, she's essentially been living in her parents' house. Yes, Kyron, exactly. And he's also new money. He worked his way up.
Yes, well, I'd like to humiliate you in front of the guy I do like.
Oh, but man, that delivery on Yusuf brother. Ah! That little tiny smile, and then Higgins right back like, I know what's going on, and I ain't gonna rub it in. I love this dress, by the way. The stripes. So gorgeous. Yeah, Kyron, he was renting. Like he was renting the mill and the house and all of it. None of it was owned. Oh God, I love her so much. Kyron, I'll also say Cranston is really good too.
God, I'm so hungry I could eat this flower. Well, this is convenient.
Thanks, thanks, Kitling. Bye, Henry. Sorry, Henry.
Henry, you can go.
I don't know about that. I mean, like this one, I was like, she what? She what? That what? Like, no.
Wah wah.
Henry hasn't, she's like literally never been interested in him at all the entire time.
Anyway, I'll see you.
She gets up and she leaves. And kissing a guy she ain't engaged to. Oh, that's interesting. Because I never in the subtitles that had a question mark there, and I never like I don't hear it as a question, just like this sudden blossoming observation. You're coming home with me. We're just like, this is not. She's alone in the carriage with him. This is so improper. So improper. This is anachronistic. But it's a modern movie, so I guess we got to have the smoochies.
The end.
Amanda, yes. I don't think so anymore. I really don't. When essentially, and the last time they met, and Margaret's like, essentially lets her know you're right to be proud of him.
So there you have it.
So I'm with 255 AD, Steve. Final thoughts?
I think I liked it fine. I liked it. I think I probably would have liked it better if I had been even remotely invested in the romance, which I just never was. I do think the acting, especially between the two of them in this episode, is really good. I think, like, I think I said this before in one of the previous episodes. The performers are really carrying the load as far as the romance and the chemistry between, like, on the, like, as written, I just see no reason for these two characters to like each other, to want to get together, why I should want them to get together. But the actors really do a good job of selling that and of making it seem like, oh no, they really like each other for some reason. And they're really into each other, and so it makes a kind of sense that they get together. But and the look back at me scene works. I it doesn't like kill me like it does you, or like it does apparently everybody who likes this show. But what I like about it is that it's the first time that we see Thornton being vulnerable. Like, even though he's only saying it to himself, and it's basically just a moment shared between him and us, the fact that he sort of lets that out, you know, and it's like, oh, like like that, it feels, it has impact because of that.
Did you not?
So.
I would, in the proposal scene.
Well, but he's kind I mean, yeah, the fact that he proposes, I guess, is vulnerability, but then he gets, once he realizes that it's not going to go his way, he gets really defensive.
He
Whereas,
does, but also when his accent slips and he says, I want to marry you because I love you. I didn't come here to save your reputation. I want to marry you because I love you. And the accent's gone. And he's speaking in his working class, and
yeah,
he just absolutely raw. Um, Francisca, I would love to see the development of the relationship between Mrs. Thornton and the new Mrs. Thornton.
yeah.
But I
See,
do
now
think
yeah,
I felt like that was pretty well resolved by their last scene together.
yeah. I don't think it
Her
needs any.
almost trembling. I mean, essentially, I wouldn't mind it getting its own series.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think it needs
Do you
any
think the
more.
chemistry between them was better in this episode?
Oh yes, yes, which is
Yeah.
good because I think it had to be like because that's where like you're supposed to want them and the show to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're like I said, I think the actors do almost all of the heavy lifting there in trying to evoke that desire in the audience to be like, oh, I hope they get together. You know what I mean? Um, and I like the fact that um, that it ends right where it does. You know what I mean? It reminds me a little bit, and this is like completely different genre, different everything, but the British version, the original version of The Office ends with because the sort of will they or won't they romance in The Office is between Tim and Dawn, and they do finally get together in literally like the last 5 minutes of the last episode ever, and then that's it. And
Mm-hmm.
it feels very similar to that, where it's like, okay, the two people who you wanted to get together, or at least hopefully you wanted to get together, they get together. There you go. That's it. End of story. And I think that's the best. I think that's a really good way to handle it, because the story is the build up to that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the happily ever after. Like Snow White ends when the handsome prince kisses her, and there you go. Like I don't want to see married life. I don't want to know if they have kids. I don't give a shit. The story's over. You know.
See,
So
I don't think it was a will they, won't they. I really don't. I don't think this is that
no,
type of
yeah,
romance because
no, I don't think it was. I think it was.
it's not about the romance. It's about their individual character arcs and the ways that they as individuals changed, and how that those changes in them allowed them to come together towards the end. Like,
Yeah,
her growing understanding of the role of business, and his, especially like him opening up and working with Higgins, and looking past this is how business work, and looking toward a more cooperative, Sharon. And again, the fact that he is not a master who owns, he is not, he is a capitalist in that he runs the company, but he doesn't own the mill itself or the land that it's on.
yeah,
Kyron, I don't think it so much changed her confidence, more that especially as a property holder, she had been starting to think about business in a different way. And then again, like I said, the whole course of the story is about her shifting how she thinks about industry as a whole and business, and then becoming a propertarian at the end, going through the
propertarian.
process going through the process with Henry of learning about her business and her responsibilities as an investor, and thinking about that in that way. We don't really get to see a lot of that, but that I'm sort of inferring that some of that is what helps her to to sort of come around to understanding his perspective as well.
Yeah,
And then, and like you were saying about the actors doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and some of that
yeah,
I think is trust, because like if you just listen to like when she's explaining her business proposal to him, and she's like stumbling over her words but not clumsily, just like hesitantly, I mean, it's really adorable. And she's like, you wouldn't owe me anything. There would be no obligation. This is just practical.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just like, it's so obvious to
Yeah.
everybody.
Oh yeah. Like I say, it's really, it's well done,
Yeah.
Um, 255 AD, you mentioned, you asked, do I feel, well, I'll find exactly what you said. Or am I bothered by the fact that the Union plot got sidelined? I mean, the Union plot was the only part of it that I felt, or I'll put it this way: the Union characters, the working class characters, were the only characters that I felt any kind of real sympathy or investment in. But it doesn't bother me because like the other kid, Thornton and Margaret are likable. It's not like I wish them ill. And Thornton is a character that has some depth to him. You know what I mean? Like I like the fact that he is neither, a Scrooge, nor is he like obviously like an idealist from the beginning who, you know what I mean? Like he is sort of in the middle ground, like you said, where like
Well,
he has a conscience, but he also has a practical side. And he's like, I'm running a business, I can't, you know, treat the men as well as you might think they deserve to be because I have bills to pay and I have a business to run. But he is more aware of those
mhm.
issues than the
And
other,
he also sees how those
capitalists.
issues affect the business as well, because he talks to the
Yeah.
other, the
Yeah.
other business owners that, when my workers are healthier and when they feel like they matter, then they're going to be more loyal to me. They'll do better work and I will end up being more prosperous. And so that touches on what 255 AD is. I don't know if she was or not, but at the same time, I think it is it's somewhat critical of Marxism because it's revolutionary within the system. Let's also not forget that Thornton is really young for a business to be running a business. So a lot
Mm-hmm.
of what we see in him is that youth and also that response to some of the things, some of his experiences growing up. Don't forget that his father committed suicide after losing money in speculation. Like that's a huge part of why he is so resistant when it was I mean, we don't really appreciate how incredibly common and just normal it was that you just throw your money out there and you hope it does okay. Like naval trade, like that's like Beauty and the Beast. They get destroyed. The family is ruined in one freaking shipment. They lose everything. That's the Peralt version of the tale. They are completely ruined by this one thing, and it's just yeah.
Yeah.
And now Vilcata, I will say, it does not give her the power to be an equal. What's going to happen is if they get married, it all becomes his.
It's going to be his
That
money. Yeah.
yeah, it becomes his. She
Yeah.
loses that money. So
And yeah, and like I think another
not Snake Me Cat. No, it's not about in front of my salad. First of all, I don't have any salad here. It was pizza night. But it's more that like it just boggles my mind. If anything, that shows how much she just does not give a flying flip about what is appropriate or socially normative. She's kissing him because she loves him. They're both okay with that. It's not, they're in public kissing. They are not, he has not proposed. And like,
right.
yeah,
Well,
this
but I
was
like. I
not
mean, I
okay.
like. It's sort of just understood. And again, that's another thing I like about it.
Yes.
Because I am not nearly as fascinated by the manners and such as you are. Like I don't. When you're like, oh, the things that they don't say, and sort of the what is proper and what is not. Like I couldn't care less about any of that. So like the fact that they don't have like a formal proposal, or that there isn't a very civil controlled conversation where they settle exactly what their relationship is going to be. And it's like, no, just who cares, just they like each other, it's the end of the movie, they're finally getting together, we get it, like that's all we need. And a lot
That's
of it is
all we
left,
need. But
the
again,
specifics are
it's
left unsaid.
it's still, but it still says something about who they are as characters, the way they behave
Sure,
to each other. Yeah, the fact that there
sure.
is no proposal, and I think that is consistent with their characters, but still, I think it also pushes that, it makes it clear, just because we've seen also, like, she wasn't willing to, it's about what she thinks is right for Margaret, like, all the time. If she acts in a way that is consistent with her principles, she is answerable to no one. She's not willing to say anything about her brother because it is not her secret to tell. She lies to the cops. The only thing she feels bad about lying. And it shakes her a little bit to realize that she also cares what Thornton thinks about her, because that tells her just how much that reveals to her, that makes her realize how much he really does mean to her, that she cares what he thinks. Because, like, no, it does not matter. She does not care what anybody else thinks about her being seen by servants. Like, everybody else is like, you are, not only, they say, yes, Mr. Thornton saw you, but, he didn't say anything. He's a gentleman. The servants are gossiping about you. She doesn't care. Does not care. Her reputation may be ruined. She does not care. But and I think also, like, if somehow her father had gotten word that she was suspected of improper behavior with a young man, and he believed it, that would hurt her deeply, I think, because
Right.
again, she cares about him. So it's just so those sorts of, social niceties and things interest me because of what they tell us about the characters and their relationships with each other. It shows us, these things about the people. So
Yeah. And I mean, I understand that. It's just like whenever I watch, and again, a part of it is uh, my own point of view and my own sort of palette, I guess, as far as, you know, films and movies and literature and stuff. Like, whenever I see a story set in England in the 19th century, especially if the characters are mostly, you know, relatively well off,
mhm.
and Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson aren't there trying to solve a crime, I'm automatically like 90% less interested than I would ordinarily be. Like, it's like when I see one of those old fashioned trains with the individual cars and the little door that opens, and, the old manor house with the vines growing up the side, it's like, why isn't Sherlock Holmes here? Why? You can't possibly expect me to care about the lives of the people that actually live here. Somebody was murdered and Sherlock Holmes is coming to solve the murder, right?
We're gonna
Right?
have to watch Gosford Park again together, aren't we?
Gosford Park was good. Gosford Park was good. Because it
Because
was,
there was a murder, there
there
was
was
no
a murder.
Sherlock Holmes, but it was
No.
all about the relationships between the characters. The
And
murder
I remember
didn't matter. God,
you love Gosford
yes.
Park. And
Oh
I
God,
mean,
I love Gosford Park.
it's a terrific
Didn't you
movie.
hear? Wait, didn't you hear what I said? I'm the perfect servant. I have no life. I'm like, oh, I want to give you a oh God, sawdust things
Uh
that we. Oh.
255 AD, I'm not sure why it's not okay for Radical Bacon. I took that as an honest question. Like, is the character meant to be
No, I really
autistic?
don't think. I don't think she is autistic. I think
I mean,
a lot of it is how
obviously
she was raised. Yeah.
the character, at least if we're going, I mean, if we're going back to the original text, like the book, obviously the character is not meant to be autistic because autism was not understood at the time that
Mhm.
the novel was written. So, it's not
Not
an
so much
intention
not
from the
care because,
author, but
and some of it, autism isn't just one thing, whatever. But in many cases, in I think one of the common traits of autism is like have not picking up on some of those, social niceties, like having to there's a YA book called Counting by Sevens, and it's about, the establishment of these are the rules, that we follow, and it's all spelled out.
right,
Margaret's very aware of them. And it's just that she chooses her principles. She values her own principles and her own way of this is what I believe is right, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to accept those consequences. I understand that other people may not agree with them, but that is
yeah,
perfectly fine. They
yeah.
have
It's
the
not
freedom
that
to agree with them.
it's not that she doesn't perceive these things. It's just that
Mhm.
she chooses not to be
And
bound by them.
somebody else said that she comes across as self-righteous, and I don't think it's interesting that we use that word that way, because like when I think of somebody as being self-righteous, typically I mean judgmental, like I'm in the
Yeah.
right and you are in the wrong. Whereas with her, it's like, you may be in the wrong or not, but I'm going to do what I think is right either way, whether you agree
Right.
with me or not. Like it's not a judgment
It's
on
my
anybody else.
life. Yeah.
This is just what I'm going to do, and y'all gonna have to live with it.
Yeah.
Um, and radical bacon, yeah. I think autism is studied a lot more in boys and in men. 25580, it's not just, I don't think radical bacon was specifically saying she's weird. It was specifically in relation to the rejection of social norms, which
Yeah.
is also a trait that is associated and seen more commonly among people, among autistic people than among non-autistic people.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just all sorts of, there's some definitely things. And the other thing is, just because the character was not written understood to be autistic, it's also possible that, I mean, these traits still existed.
It's possible to
You know,
interpret yeah,
it's
but
definitely
yeah.
possible to interpret it that
Yeah.
way. I don't think it comes across that way. I think she is because she does care what some people, she doesn't care about social consequence, but her relationships with her family and those she is close to, she is more, not exactly more willing to bend, because those relationships have been established over time, and she has a closeness with these people that allows her to be who she is. And if they weren't willing to accept her as who she is, then she wouldn't be close to them. So it's kind of a back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but it is self-righteous because it's righteous in the sense that, these are my values, that, and I understand that not everybody may have the same values as I do, and that's okay. I think you're wrong. But that's, you have your values, I have my values, and that's just how it is.
Yeah.
That's okay. At 25580, it's perfectly fine. And it's understood. Obviously, none of us,
no hard feelings on my part. I mean, I don't really
yeah,
care.
none of us meant this as a, as an attempt to be dismissive. And I can see in a conversation with as quickly as it's moving how it could come across that way. So, I apologize somewhat for not being more careful, but at the same time, I didn't want to, we're going through this pretty quickly, and I didn't want to ignore
Yeah.
something either. So that's kind of why it comes across pretty quick. So you want to do Wordle?
I was just gonna say, do you want to play
I
Wordle?
thought so. I saw the moving around there, and I thought maybe you were pulling stuff up. You
I
got it
just really
ready?
have to pee. No. Yes, let's play Wordle. So for anybody who has never played Wordle with us on the show before, the way this works is Dana does not see the Wordle board. Dana only is going by what I describe and what folks in the chat say. This is today's Wordle. And if you have not solved today's Wordle and you would like to play along with us, we welcome guesses and such in the chat. If you have
No spoilers.
solved, yes, if you have solved today's Wordle or you know what the solution is, please do not give it away. So, first part of your patented two-part starter word is,
Let's find out. Radical bacon. Heart.
heart.
Excuse me.
Heart. Let's see what we got. Oh, a T in the wrong place, and that's it.
Oh my. Well, let's go ahead with lions then.
Lions. And that gives us an S, also in the wrong place. So we know there's a T and an S, and we know that neither of them are the last letter.
Okay, let's try STU blank blank. What works there?
STU blank blank. Stump.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Stuff.
Okay.
Stubs. But so didn't somebody say that there's no plurals?
Well, also the S cannot be the last letter.
Oh, that's true. You're right. Oh, good call. Yeah. Wow, you're not even looking at it. Stuck.
Okay, so I put those in the chat, stump, stuff, and stuck. So let's now take some of those letters, because remember, we don't have the U.
Right, we're not sure if it is you. That's just and based on the assumption that ST are the first two letters, and that there's no O and there's no. I guess it could be. It
There
could
couldn't be
be.
an O because
It couldn't
there's
be
an
an
O
O.
in lions.
All the other vowels have been eliminated. It
Mhm.
could be a Y.
Okay, so let's try. So MPF.
Oh, you were looking for a word that has an M and a P and an F.
Well, I'm trying to. Okay, so the letters we haven't checked are UCKMPF. No, it can't be stunk, Kemp, because the N cannot be the next to last letter.
Yeah,
there's no N. There's no N. That's right.
There's no N.
And it's definitely not the next to last letter. Let's try stuck.
Okay. Stuck. STUCK. STU is right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
there's no C or K, but we know it's STU something. So it could still be stump. It could still be stuff.
Well, in that case, let's just try stump. How many guesses do we have?
It could also be
study.
study.
Yeah. Okay, hang on.
Well, we have 3 guesses left.
But there may also be one that we haven't thought of yet. So MP. Try dumpy. DUMPY.
Try dumpy.
Yes, okay. Because that's everything.
That'll tell us what that'll tell us.
Right.
What, okay.
That should give us some letters to work with. Woo!
Okay,
I love doing it this way.
Let's try dumpy. DUMPY. There is a D. And there's no Y. And there is a Y, so it's got to be study. It's got to be
study.
Okay, study.
If it's not study, I'm going to be ticked.
No, it has to be study. It's study. Yeah, that's
right. Go us! How many did we get in 5?
We got it in 5. Yeah.
Ha! Radical bacon. We beat you.
Oh,
you
wow.
Asked. Otherwise, I wouldn't. You offered a challenge, and we met it. Go team us.
Didn't realize we were going to be rubbing it in Radical Bacon's face.
I totally would not have. If the challenge had not been raised. Y'all can see how ridiculously competitive I am. Yes, I try so hard, you guys. I try really hard not to be, or to avoid putting myself in situations that provoke it.
But as your personal theme song goes, oh Lord, it's hard to be humble.
I thought you were going to say perfect
in every way. You had to let me finish. You talked over the perfect part.
No, oh Lord, it's hard to be perfect when other people resent it so much.
When you're perfect in every way, when other people resent it so much. It does fit. I mean, you can make it fit.
So, I have some news.
Yes, please tell the news.
So, if anybody came to my last Saturday 6, one of the things in 6 was that I have been hired at Rock City for to work as a wayfinder for the Enchanted Garden of the Lights and possibly beyond. Oh, we're gonna wind this sucker up here. Yes. But that means I'm gonna be working weekends. And I won't know until like the week ahead of time. So we will be where did I put that? I will not necessarily know when I'll be working. And so Saturdays are going to be unreliable because that's one of the days that I can work. And Enchanted Garden of Lights happens at night.
It's night. It's night work.
That's when it's dark. So yeah.
Go figure.
So Steve, what I'm going. Where did my thingy go? Did I not send it to myself? I bet I didn't.
Are you
Yes.
looking? Are you thinking of the dates?
No, not exactly. I was thinking of the thingamabob, the
Oh, the graphic you made.
yeah,
I
the
love this
thumbnail I made.
graphic. The thumbnail.
The
Yeah.
thumbnail. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to download that sucker. And Steve, can you put it up?
Yeah, I can show it to people.
Okay, so I'm going to show in folder, and then I'm going to send that sucker to you over here on Messenger real quick.
Okay.
I know how to do that.
We'll do it live.
Dun, dun, dun. And then this will be, so instead of on Saturday after Ask Away, it's actually going to be on Friday opposite Ask Away, because I will not be working Friday evenings because, well, I told them I wouldn't be working Friday. I said, don't schedule me, because the shift is from 4 until close, which ends up being apparently almost midnight. Ha ha ha. But I literally cannot make it from school to Rock City by 4 o'clock. That just does not happen. So
okay, so everybody can see.
Makes for a really, really long day after all day dealing with teenagers. Even though I love working at Rock City,
everybody can see the image now. Yes.
Yay! So that's me. I will not be in costume if you happen to be in the Chattanooga area. I'll just be wearing probably a black jacket because it's cold, and a hat, except it's one of the, actually, it's this one. I have it right here, actually. Da, 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 da.
Rock City.
Poke. Yeah. Oh wait, my earbuds getting out. Yeah, it looks like this, and then it keeps my ears all warm and toasty. And then I wear a black jacket, and then I'm just like, hi, it's cold.
Enjoy your stay. So for December, instead of the Saturday 6, it'll be the Festive Friday files on December 16th and December 30th. Files, yes.
Because
December
we talked
16th
about this.
and December 30th.
Yeah. We talked about this, and I was like, I think you were asking if it was going to be 5 instead of 6. And I felt a little bit guilty, like I'm already changing the date.
Well, I said the Friday 5. I suggested the Friday 5 plus 1 just for the alliteration.
That's true. That's true. It has to be alliterative. It's super important. Like Ask Away.
Exactly.
It's just better that way. It's just better. Okay.
I adore alliteration.
Do you now?
Yes.
Radical bacon. Oh my goodness gracious. There is, I will not say no shade, because there's plenty of shade at Rock City. Some of it from me, just because I'm tall. Ha ha ha. Yeah, clearly I need to go. The heck to sleep. But yeah, so that'll be a thing, and I'm going to put that up as a reminder. Actually, I'll just go ahead and set that up on my channel for the next live stream, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, so it'll be the Fridays in December that when I am not doing Ask Away. So we will alternate.
We will do that.
Yeah, and also don't forget Dana's YouTube channel in general, youtube.com/Dana Cole Dares, and also don't forget Dana's Patreon, patreon.com/Dana Cole Dares. You just put up a new swear jar video.
I did
right before the show. And also don't forget, as always, the charity links that are linked in the description, charitylinks.page.
Super important, and also relevant to the topic of today's swear jar video.
Because yesterday was Giving Tuesday.
Yes, it was, and that's what my swear jar. That's
what the swear jar is all about. So we have completed North and South. Obviously, if you were watching along, that was the end. Next week,
thank God,
the story was over. It didn't need an episode 5. It was fine. I will say,
gonna find out, Bogata.
I will say, someone in the chat earlier said they felt like the story was too compressed, like it needed more room to breathe. I do not agree with that. I think 4 episodes was just about perfect for it. I didn't think the pacing of it was not a problem for me. I think
Mhm.
4 episodes, 4 1 hour episodes was just about right for that.
I think there were
Um,
some things that they could have gone into, explored more. If they'd explored them well, it wouldn't have made it drag. But what we got, I liked, I liked the flow of it really well.
yeah, yeah.
It would have been
So
it would have been difficult to do it well with more. So next
yeah.
Wednesday is DS9.
Next Wednesday, we're back to Deep Space Nine, and the Deep Space Nine episode, as we get ever closer to finishing season 3, we will be watching the second to last episode of season 3 of Deep Space Nine, which is Facets, which is a Dax episode and quite a good one.
Is it
So
fascinating?
it's fascinating. Absolutely.
That's terrible, and I'm so happy with it.
You should be very proud. So that's next week, and then the week after that, of course,
Yes.
it is time to start a new show for the non-Star Trek weeks. And Dana, I think we've mentioned it already, but do you want to just remind people what we're watching for your half of the show from now on, at least for the next little while?
We're watching Poirot.
Poirot.
Yes.
The David Suchet Poirot.
I keep calling Suchet, just sounds so French that I keep wanting to call him David.
David Suchet.
David Suchet. It just sounds right, don't it?
Yep.
I mean, I guess if you knew it was wrong, but I saw his name in the credits before I ever heard his name. So.
And you were like, oh, David, of course.
David Suchet. Maybe we'll see.
Suchet. So that'll be in 2 weeks. Next week we're back to Deep Space Nine, and there we go. So and Poirot will do us for a while because there's a lot of Poirot. So we'll be on that we'll have a nice long
good long bit.
It'll be Star Trek and Poirot switching off. So that'll be cool.
Ooh, excuse me. Radical Bacon. I was confused for just a brief flash of a second, because one of the things about Rock City is that it is a pet-friendly environment. And my first shift was this past Sunday, and I got to see lots of puppies, and one of them was named Artemis. And I was like, you mean pictures of Artemis?
You mean pictures from that dog I saw?
Yeah, I was like, I didn't actually take pictures of like other people's dogs. That would be a little on the weird side, but yes, super cute puppy. Super cute. Oh my goodness, came by several times. So cute.
And yes, I have seen pictures. They're amazing. I love the one of where it's far enough away from the moon that it captures both the Earth and the moon in the same frame. And they're like small enough that they're like visually they look about the same size, because of the distances. And it's a stunning picture. It's fantastic. So
I'll have to go and check.
Yes, I think you should. So anyway, it's time for Dana to get ready for bed. It's time for me to get ready to watch wrestling.
Yep. I'll just go ahead and start taking out the earrings now. We'll just
go ahead and start getting ready now on camera. That's fine.
Yeah.
So thank you all so much for joining us. As always, we will be back next week to watch Deep Space Nine, and then we'll be back a week after that to watch our first episode of Poirot. So
yes.
Hope you can join us.
Question: does it start off with Styles?
No. I think you asked me that before. No.
Yeah, I think I have, because I somewhat remember that, because I remember having like, how do you start out with something different?
The Adventure of the Clapham Cook is the first episode.
Okay. All right. Well, I am looking forward to it immensely.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, because I have not read the original stories and I don't know what order they were originally published in. I would expect it probably follows a similar pattern as the Granada Sherlock Holmes series from the 80s, which is that they adapt the stories, but not in any particular order, as of, like, it's not as though the order of the episodes has anything to do with the order of publication of the stories. I would guess that's the same thing for Poirot, but I do not know.
I guess we'll find out.
I guess we will. All right. That's it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good evening.
Steve, you need to take off your earrings, apparently. There are no earrings in wrestling.
I'm gonna take them out as soon as there are some wrestlers who have worn earrings. Anyway.
That's how we know it's fake.
Yeah. We like to say work. We don't say fake. It's a work.
You better work.
Exactly. See? Exactly.
Sachet, Shantae, 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 Shantae. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for. I love North and South so much.
I'm
I
glad we got
realized
to watch it.
could not have possibly loved it as much as I do, but I am glad you did not absolutely hate it.
No, I definitely did not. I'm glad we watched it.
Okay.
I'm glad I finally got to see it after hearing you talk about it for all these years.
Hecking incessantly. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to bed.
All right.
Good night all.
Bye, everybody.